Good evening. Hope you're well. It's Tuesday evening. This is the first of our midweek streams. And we're broadcasting from Bristol, UK. And the time has just gone 10:30 in the evening. So we are playing EVE Online. You will recall that we had a little bit of a change in direction, and that change in direction has been modified, should we say. I'm not saying that the ship, the Gila that we used isn't going to do its job, but at the level I am working at and the challenges that I'm giving the fit and the ship, I don't think there's a match. So where does that leave us? Well, I've got myself trained up and kitted out for the Dominix Navy issue, and that is the ship that we're going to be taking out this evening. So, looking at the ship, let's go through it in some detail. Now, you will recall that the Gila just had 2 drones, although the firepower was stated to be equivalent to the 5. However, we're now in a position where we've got the 5 drones back and we've got drone bonuses. And the ship that we've told us, the ship that we've chosen to enable us to do that is the Dominix Navy issue. 10% bonus to drone hit points being the headline there. And the other beautiful thing about the Dominix Navy issue is that look at all the hardware slots that we've got. However, as you can see, we have got an issue with capacitor depletion, and I'll show you how we have catered for that in the fit. So, starting with the drones, we've got 5 Guardian 2s, 5 Hobgoblin 2s, and the 5 Warden2s as well. You will recall the Warden2s were particularly good at the extremely long range. So, no less than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 low slots. And there is a slight change in the way that we've kitted things out to try and optimize tank, as well as ensuring that our offense in terms of DPS is maximized. But we have really focused on drone range, because my theory is if you stay that far away from any aggressor, that is your first point of defense. So just running through the fit, I'm going to start with the rigs first. Large capacitor control circuit 1, large capacitor control circuit 1, and large auxiliary nano pump 1. Now all of these modules are capacitor heavy. That's the only problem that you have when you've got a ship like this and a fit with potentially every slot, or certainly most of the slots, filled. So we're doing okay for CPU, but knowing that this was going to be a problem, cap recharger 2, we've got 2 of those modules. And I will say that this capacitor depletion notice here, this only applies when we activate the large armor repairer ones, which we will not be activating unless we need to. So that is how the risk that goes with this is mitigated. Okay, so moving on, we've got not 1 but 3 drone link augmented 2s. Maximum range in terms of getting those Warden2s deployed and fighting. 100 meganewton afterburner 2. This is quite a bulky, sluggish ship. Just as well, I'm not planning on taking it anywhere fast. Sensor booster 2. And again, sensor booster, omnidirectional tracking link 2, and we've got 2 of those. So we really have maxed out the long range drone control. And then to minimize the impact, we've got cap recharger 2, got 2 of those. And then in terms of tank, in addition to the hull, we've got damage control 2, and we've got large armor repairer 2, and 2 of those, which we will not, those are what is causing the capacitor issue. And again, an investment in our drone capability. We've got 3 drone damage amplifier 2s, and again, more on the tank. Multi-spectrum energized membrane 2. So in summary, whilst the tank is not perfect, we have really optimized everything to do with the drone control and the drone range. And I'm going to be trying all this out with the Warden2. So I'm just going to have a little look and see if there is anything at all in terms of opportunities, because as well as just hitting on dock and hoping for Guristas and enforcer missions, I am doing some of the opportunity missions as well. Had a Guristas which was a level 2. By the time I got out there, somebody had already done it. But I think what might be good is for us to just do our very best to enable us to see what is happening at very long range. Okay, so we are currently in Kisogo 1. So all of these are right outside the front door. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these that we can do. So let's have a crack at the drone cluster. I'm going to warp in at 70 kilometers. In fact, they should appear. In the anomalies list, and there they are. So, or my default already set to 70 kilometers. Don't want to get too close. So the strategy is going to be walk within 70 kilometers, lock the targets at whatever range we can get in at. In fact, I'm going to try initially I'm going to try at 100 kilometers. Let's see how we go with that. So the first thing I'm going to do, just make sure all the modules that need to be activated are activated. Afterburner activated. We're at 104 kilometers. And that is locking up. Warden2s dragged into space as instructed by one of our commenters last week. So as soon as that comes up, we are 90. Wow. So we are locking up. We are locking up at 100 plus. It's taken a little while to actually come up as a target that we can fire on. F button straight away there. Well, that is working quite well, I think. We're locking up and shooting at well over 100 kilometers. And the Warden2 drone is a sentry drone. See, there they are. I'm parked up. They are parked up. The target is circa 100 kilometers away, and we're locking up and we're firing. And because we've used the opportunity dialog, we've got a display of the current wave and the hostiles remaining. I'm not sure that delivers an immense amount of value, but I suppose it does just reaffirm that there are some left and you haven't completed all of the task, I think. Okay, even if we wanted to loot the wrecks, there are no lootable wrecks there. So we are dragging our Warden2s back into the ship, and we are moving on. Let's go into a Guristas hideaway at 70 kilometers this time. Drones on, all drones aboard. Okay, here we go. Afterburner is on. Lock in the targets. Drones in space. And we're waiting on the F button. This time we've come in at 84 kilometers, and anything we've locked up is dying more or less immediately. The sentry drones don't have to travel anywhere. Okay, we got this set on auto attack and focus fire, and very occasionally you will see things die. You will see the drones fighting even though there's no target locked up, which is quite useful. Because to get all of this range, we have sacrificed the time it takes to lock the targets up, which is not a problem, but we've obviously got to manage that within our workflow. This is really good. Now we got some wrecks here. I don't normally bother with the wrecks, but as long as the drones are safely in the drone bay, let's go and have a look. Nothing to lose other than the time it takes to have a look. Good evening on MixCloud. We are streaming on Twitch, Kick, MixCloud and Trovo. We are broadcasting from the UK, and it's just gone 10 to 11 in the evening. Good evening on Trovo. Thank you for the follow. For the time it's taken, it better be worth it. I could move nearer, but that would kind of defeat the object of what we're trying to do. But I'll try and glance past the wrecks, moving on to the next one as we get close, and onboarding any loot. Also taking you through my DMC collection, keeping us company this evening. If you like the music, this is all I play at the moment. I'm gonna approach the next one. That didn't work as planned, which is fine. Just got to change the workflow slightly. Cocked that right up, didn't I? Metal scraps in that one. You can tell it's not pre-recorded though. Mistakes just mean credibility. We've got a tungsten charge there. Trying to get a bit of a workflow going now we are in the area where we obviously did the attacks. Don't know what all this is worth. I'm going to go back to the first one because you will recall we cocked that up big time. I suppose one complaint of this ship is that it is not the fastest mover. Almost there. And there we go. So, before we move off, just do a quick recce there. We've got 100 of each of those, which isn't worth a great deal, if I'm honest. Okay, drones are away. Let's see if we've got another target to go and have our target practice with. Okay, let's have a look at the drone collection. And we'll get in there within 100 kilometers. It appears that I've stumbled upon the first seeds of a rogue drone hive. How exciting is that? Okay, so 90 kilometers, that's the furthest away it would bring us. All our modules are on, the afterburner is on, Warden2s in space. And we're all ready to fire.
give the command to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Okay, no wrecks available there, and we appear to have cleared everything. So, drones back. We're gonna see how far away we can get just to give that range a good test. I'm not sure if I like the look of the ship. The Vexor and the Mackinac that we usually switch to, those you would say are really excellent, nice looking ships. I'm not too sure about this. Oh, that is a nice distance away. Can we lock it? We're locking at 133, and we are putting our drones out and we're firing. So that is a bona fide lock-in at 130. And we're firing at 130. Okay. It needs to be 126. Okay. So we can fire at 126, and the 124 is when it's being destroyed. Well, that's tested out the theory. If you're like me and you don't want to get right in the thick of it, I've not taken any damage at all. They haven't come within any kind of a range that they could actually fire on me. Very interesting. when you're locking up that far away, the length of time it takes is kind of irrelevant. Nah, not irrelevant. Not as relevant. I think what I'll do is, if there is any Guristas or drones that we can go and have target practice with, we will move on. Otherwise, we will stay and tinker about with Rex. So it's not perfect at that range, but the Warden2, 140 kilometers, optimal range 86. So we are well within the envelope, and it works absolutely fine. So we're dragging our drones in and out. We've got them in drone groups. That was a really good suggestion that one of the viewers on a previous stream provided, which was really, really good. Now let's have a look. Okay, we've got some more anomalies we can go and have a look at. So I'm not bothered about the 100 kilometers this time. Now we have let's try going in a bit closer. Drones are all accounted for. It's Tuesday evening, 11:10 in the UK. 50 minutes before midnight. 50 minutes before I wish you a happy Wednesday. Okay, we are always going to struggle to lock them up, I think, while we are warping. But at least we can do everything else. So we've got everything runs. It's interesting to see these sensors actually survive warps. They don't need to be restarted. Whereas obviously the afterburner does. Okay, these are a bit closer. Just a reminder that 86 is the optimal, so these are a bit close. Too many issues and we'll put these away and go and get the Warden2s out. Yeah, and the auto fire is doing really well as well. And that appears to be all of them. Are we being shortchanged here? Okay, drones away. And the beautiful thing about these drones is because they're sentry drones, they take next to no time to travel back to the ship. Even if we wanted to dabble with wrecks, there aren't any. Okay, we've still got some more Guristas. Let's go for the hideaway. And we're going to come in at 100 again. Or as close to 100 as it will let us. You're listening to my DMC collection, 80s tunes, Disco Mix Club, all 80s focused music this evening. Beautiful thing about 80s music is you don't have to worry about new releases. Look at that, 115. And it's coming into range. Let's get the drones out. That worked pretty well at that range. Although too far away to be dabbling with wrecks on these, I think. Just doing a quick check, see if there's anybody else here. Sometimes people land and try and join in the action, which is not a problem. It'd be interesting to see how it works though when I warp into a site where the activity is in progress. Okay, we're all done there, I think. Drones away. It's another Guristas hideaway. Let's go in at 100.
Active.
So, a few viewers on Twitch. Quite a few viewers on Trovo. 11 on MixCloud. Couple on Kick. Thank you so much for your support. Don't worry. I will be recording a VOD on Kick. The VOD is non-negotiable with Kick. You've got to have it, and it records the stream, stores it for a period of time, and then it is automatically deleted. Twitch, we're not recording a VOD. It helps if you concentrate on what you're doing and get the drones out. Twitch, we are not recording a VOD, but what we are doing is recording a 4K video locally. Better quality than the Twitch VOD. And we will upload that as a video with the game soundtrack and not the music soundtrack that you're hearing now. And for YouTube, we'll do exactly the same thing, only with 4K video. .4K video, game soundtrack, and the music that you can hear is being captured on MixCloud as we speak, and a link to the music track will be in the video description for YouTube and Twitch. The way to play these videos back, in my view, is start the track on MixCloud and then click the link to the YouTube video in the video description on MixCloud.
Requires you to have an active target.
Every stream I perform is recorded. It's recorded as a VOD. What you see is what you get on Kick. Video upload on Twitch and a video upload on YouTube, and they don't expire. Okay. We are running out of things to play with. Let's put these drones away and get to what appears to be the last site. It's a shame,
Web drive active.
but I think it's been really good to have enough NPCs to work with to confirm the range. What I would like to do now is find a level 2 target, which I may do. Okay, everything is running. Doesn't like us locking up while we're warping, which is absolutely fine. Afterburner on. Drones in space. As soon as that lockup is complete, I will press the fire button. Bang. That really is very good. That's changed That's changed the landscape, hasn't it? Because I can sit there and... Yeah, the only issue you got is... The only issue you got is that when you warp into missions, and I have done a few missions now, when you warp in, you are probably going to be closer than is absolutely ideal for the likes of the Warden. But when you bring into the equation the large armor repairers modules, which, as I said, are going to remain inactive until we need them, that has changed the game slightly, in so much as we don't have to get out of the way as quick as we would have had to in the Vexor. So I'm a bit happier to sit here and play with my drones, because I've not taken any damage at all off anything this evening. The lockup is a bit slow, but it's manageable in my view. And you notice that because it's on auto attack, quite frequently it will be attacking the target before you've actually locked it. No messing about with drone changes. Warden2 all the way.
To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Good evening on Kick. Where are you from?
To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target. To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Ah, we've not got it locked up. Because I'm static, the distance is not closing quite as fast as it normally would. Anyway, 37 kilometers, Warden2, bang, bang, bang. Okay, let's just have a look. See if there's... Nah, all the anomalies, all the combat anomalies have disappeared. We've worked our way through them. Okay, let's go back to the ship and have another look at the at the opportunities, and if there are no opportunities, we'll do some mining. Love donning a mining laser.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Divide Stark, thanks so much for the follow. Apologies for not shouting you out immediately. Was a tad busy with the mission, but thank you so much. Your support is greatly appreciated. Okay, now we are back. Let's put a little bit of science behind what is going on outside using our opportunities tab. So we've got a Guristas hideaway. Don't know whether that has come back on the scope. Let's undock and have a look. Love that. Warp to site just in case. Interestingly, our sensor booster stopped when we went inside, so did the Omnis. Which is fine. We can deal with that. Okay, we are in. Drones released. Everything's running, including the afterburner now. And we're ready to rock. And no issue locking up at this distance, obviously. 53 kilometres. The Warden is straight in there. 50 kilometres less than ideal. 48 kilometres less than ideal. Warden is straight in there. Killed immediately. Okay. Drones away. I'm not going to bother with the Rex, because what I think I will do is go back to the station, and again we'll have a look at the missions, we'll have a look at the opportunities, just see if there's anything else a bit further afield. I really fancy trying the long range combat on something a bit more challenging. We are playing EVE Online. It's exactly 25 to midnight on Tuesday evening. Broadcasting from Bristol, UK. I'm an EVE noob. Relatively new to EVE, only a couple of months. I've been a long-term gamer. Played RuneScape since 2004. Haven't played RuneScape recently, but I will. So anybody who followed me when we were streaming RuneScape is not going to be disappointed for much longer. But EVE Online, much better API. So and it's a whole new experience to get into, so I will be doing both, but not yet. Okay, so what have we got? Nothing in Kisogo. But we have a Guristas burrow with Guristas pirates, one jump away. So let's get that in the sat nav. It's only level 1, but rather than switch over to mining just yet, we got our sat nav programmed. We are ready for action. And if it all goes pear-shaped, we'll warp out. Right, so before I forget, modules enabled. After burnout, we will enable after we have finished warping. Okay, sat nav programmed. Let's get off.
Warping to Stargate. Stargate.
Queuing at the gate, would you believe? Don't do a lot of travel like this. We've normally got plenty going on in Kosogo, but not a problem with getting across to the action as needed.
Autopilot jumping. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint.
Okay, waypoint reached. Let's have a quick look. Okay. Guristas Burrow, as expected. Right, let's not get in too close. And let's just get those modules started again. Okay. All the modules are running. Afterburner is on. We are locking everything up in distance order. Drones in space. And we are poised. There's nobody else here by the looks of it, so nobody else is picking off our targets. Locking up at long range is working really well. As soon as I hit that F key, if they aren't already engaged, they engage. And this kind of distance is working really well.
To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
It's good to actually visit the areas which are further afield because they don't work in the same sequence, and it's just good to get to see how the different areas do work. So there's more here than we were getting previously. in the opportunities in Kisogo.
To give the commands to a drone
Look at that.
requires you to have an active
The auto attack got that one. Okay. Looks like we've run out of things to play with there. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. Let's go for the... Just remembering that we are not in Kisogo anymore. Yeah. Almost forgot to recall the drones. Okay.
drive active.
Locking up at 115. Modules running after burning. Drones launched. Fire. Bang. I'm going to declare that that is working really well.
To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
The ability to lock up from so far away is not getting old. And look at that, the auto attack is on as well. Yeah, we got the odd miss reported. Okay, we've got everything. So we'll return the drones. There's another Guristas hideaway. Let's get over there.
Web drive active.
So it was the opportunity that brought us over into this neck of the woods. Yulin 1.0. Also in the forge. We hang out here. Usually in Kisogo. We got the Mackinaw ready to mine should we get a minute. Okay, before we do anything, we start locking, we check everything's running, we fire up our afterburner. Warden2s viciously dragged out into space, and we fire. That looked pretty fantastic. These are coming in at a decent range, so let's have a look. We're not able to fire yet. See our drones over there? Okay. Second time lucky.
To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
This is absolutely awesome.
To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Okay, that appears to be everything at this site. Let's put our drones away. Remember what we said about the fit? Capacitor is surviving quite well with the fit that we got, and that's not using the large armor repairers. When we fire those up, different story, I have no doubt. Okay, let's have a look at anything else here. No anomalies. Okay, it looks like our stay here has been brought to a conclusion. Okay. Let's get back to the War Academy, not far away.
Autopilot engaged.
Then when we're back in Kosogo and back at the station, we'll see what's going on. Human League. 34 minutes to the end of the stream. 5 to midnight in the UK.
Approaching station.
Now we're back in Kisogo. It looks like we've got some Guristas back on the scope. Very quickly dock.
Docking permission requested.
I think using the opportunities
Docking request accepted.
and obtaining the missions that way,
Autopilot.
I think has given us a bit
Waypoint.
more of a logical workflow. Because what we're seeing here should translate back into what we see out there. So let's just have a quick flick through. Okay, so Guristas Hideaway, Kisogo 1 on dock. Warp to site.
Warp drive active.
Never gets old. So we docked, which means we got to restart these modules. So let's get them started. And we'll start locking up. Modules running. Warden2s in space. Afterburner running. Fire. Bit closer than I'd like for use with the Warden. But let's see how it goes. Oh, auto fire got it. 37 kilometers. Yeah. It's taking them out.
To give the command
Obviously not ideal.
to have an active target.
But rather than switch,
To give the command to a drone requires you to have an active target. To give the command to a drone requires you to have an active
okay. That's it, we're done there. Don't forget to return the drones, of course.
web drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay. Okay. We could. Yep. Let's do it. So by going a little bit further afield this evening,
Pilot engaged.
we haven't needed to drop back to mining.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
This is going to sound awesome on the 4K video. That's why I like to keep the ship nice and close, because the warping sound is exceptional.
Approaching Stargate.
Really cool. On the 4K video, don't forget, you will not have the music by default. You'll have to link it with the MixCloud track. Just while we're waiting, just doing a little bit of admin.
Autopilot jumping. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
So we've got, just looking at our latest follower. Would you believe it? Unfollowed already. Anyway, on with the show. So we've got, give us a clue, where are we supposed to be here?
Autopilot engaged. Autopilot disabled. No waypoint set.
Okay, so we've arrived at the destination in Erlen. No anomalies. Strange. Okay, we shall make a move back home, I think. So we didn't get our drones out. Just waiting to see if is there anything else that I've missed here. Okay, I think we'll head back. In the absence of anything, any bright ideas, we'll head back to the State War Academy.
Autopilot engaged. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Moving to station. Warp drive active. Approaching station. Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Okay, we are back. And never tire of getting rewards for doing jumps. Yeah, and there's definitely nothing there. Nothing there that we can have our target practice with. Okay. Tina Turner. I was just going to end the stream as well. I think I'm going to do some... Let's get a strip off mining. I think we've done as much in the way of target practice with the Guristas as we're going to get. So let's get the Machinor out. The only thing I'm going to just check on this is the mining hole. No, it's not empty from last time. It's okay. Now it is. Let's crack on. I'm not going to do a detailed tour of the fit. Let's just get out there and get mining. Asteroid belt. Let's go for number 2. Let's get as close as we can. Good evening on Trovo. Where are you from? Okay, let us get that. Okay, there is no Scordite. Okay, not a problem. Let's go to the next asteroid belt.
Warp drive active.
Okay, no Scordite there either. Let's try the second one.
Warp drive active.
No Scordite on that one either. And finally,
Warp drive active.
only Veldspar. You know what? I'm not going to bother. Okay, so 1 hour 53 minutes into the stream. Normally do 2 hours or just above. And I think I'm gonna call it a day there. We should be able to dock directly.
Warp drive active.
That is one awesome ship. Shame we couldn't get the mining lasers going. I'm geared up for Scordite. I'm not geared up for Veldspar.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, so all that remains is for me to say thank you so much for all of your support. Even though the overlay shows what's happening on Twitch, we've had viewers on Kick, MixCloud and Trovo, and obviously Twitch. Certainly set out to achieve what we said we were going to do. The long range strategy certainly works. Thanks again. See you for the next one. Watch the schedule.